Welcome to Up to the Minute. It's a Monday, I know. Got the Monday blues. We'll stick around for that. We're going to bring you all your HCC news and information, the things you'll need to know to get through the start of the week. Glad to have you with us on the show. I'm Todd Duplantis. Joining me from her home is Raquel Sims, our co-host for this morning. Good to see you, Raquel.
Good to see you too. And the funny thing about just the Monday blues, it's kind of weird because who would have thought that in April we would experience cool weather? I'm just waiting for the spring to actually get here.
Yeah, I didn't really mind it this morning. It was, I think when I went out to run this morning, it was about 50 degrees, which was very weird. But every time we get these cold fronts at the later part of the year, I'm thinking this has got to be the last one. So this might be the last one until we get to maybe, I don't know, January of next year? Who knows? But enjoying it while we can.
I definitely understand. Let's hope we can just all continue enjoying it. And please, speaking of enjoying, if possible, could you follow all of our social media platforms and share this Up to the Minute podcast so others can see and you can stay up to date with all of our latest releases.
That's right. So stick around, Raquel. We'll check in with you in a little while. And since it's Mental Health Monday, we welcome two guests to discuss how volunteering is good for your mental health. That's right. Get out and volunteer. It's good for you. We've got Patrick Nguyen. He is the lead counselor at HCC Southeast, and Jana Vise, Student Life Program Coordinator with HCC's Coleman College. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Well, we're looking forward to talking with both of you very shortly. So if you would, please stand by. We're going to move on to our first guest right now, also from HCC, Diana Robertson-Shirdon. She is the professor at Medical Assistant Program Professor at HCC's Coleman College for Health Sciences, and also a 2021 NISOD Award winner. Good morning to you, Diana.
Good morning, Todd. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, thanks for being here. Congratulations first off on the award. Maybe you can tell us a bit about NISOD and what it means to win this award.
NISOD is an incredible program. It is all about leadership and teaching excellence, and I'm quite humbled and quite honored to be receiving that, most definitely.
And tell us about why you were nominated in the first place. Give us the reasons why.
That's a really good question. I think that there's so many more people that's much more deserving of it than I am. Really what we have is a team approach. I mean, all the way from Dr. Nicotera, who's our president, to our dean, Jeff Griecar, Cindy Lundgren, you've had her on so many times, but it starts with a nomination from the director, and then I believe it goes to the dean, and then on to a board to be voted on upon that. So I think that I was selected because I'm kind of a go-getter. I'm very much so a behind-the-scenes kind of gal, though. But I've done a lot of things for our program as far as implementing new class structures, really kicking off having the flipped classroom and integrating a lot of coordination with other programs. So I've kind of spearheaded that. So I'm thinking that might be why that they nominated me. But like I said, I really feel that there's so many more people that was much more deserving than I am.
Well, you're very humble, but your program received accolades from edumed.org last year. Maybe you can tell us about that.
Yes, we were so very honored by that. So our program, even before COVID, we were very much so a hybrid program. We have many courses that were completely online, and we have many courses that's hybrid, where we will have the didactic portion online, and then they will come in to do the labs. So I think between that and how we kind of spearheaded the COVID conversion, if you will, I think that really boosted us up, and we have such great student success in our program.
Well, it sounds like before COVID hit, you guys were already ahead of the curve with looking at doing things online, and that experience must have proved invaluable when we all had to go online last March.
Oh, yes, it did. And, I was very happy to be able to be part of the group that was actually doing like mentorship of other instructors. So I spent a period of, I think, about 3 months where I was actually mentoring other people on how to get their programs online, how to set up the course online, and actually how to do online instruction. So I felt very blessed to be able to assist in that way.
You talked about a lot of your students getting through your program and becoming a success. Does that play a big role in your teaching philosophy with student success?
Oh, huge. It's the number one teaching philosophy. So it's not just about passing our class. All right. It's about getting them prepared to take their credentialing exam, which is huge, obviously. But most importantly, getting them prepared to be out in the real world and potentially to get the job offer while they're actually doing their externship hours. And we have so many cases that is how it pans out. And we're just ecstatic when they're able to have a job before they even finish their externship.
You guys had a number of programs with Coleman that may have been the programs that people didn't know about as much until COVID hit. Now everybody's talking about it. I'm thinking about like respiratory therapy. That's a program now that is invaluable to have that training because we have a lot of people that have recovered from COVID who are having breathing problems.
Very true. And unfortunately, I had to experience that myself because I did have COVID, actually very, very bad, back shortly after our nice winter storm that we had. And I got to interact one-on-one with respiratory therapy assistants and had many students, previous students of ours that was actually in there treating me while I was hospitalized. So that was really comforting to know.
That's got to be comforting, but also let you know that you guys are headed in the right direction and you're going somewhere and you need the medical attention. And guess what? There are former HCC students working.
Oh, yeah. HCC's got it covered. Let me tell you, our students, they are highly coveted. We have people that, just with our program that call us every day, almost wanting our students. When are they graduating? When did you have your extern? So yes, I think that really the word is out in Houston and people are realizing what quality students that HCC does put out.
When we went online, of course, now I know over at Coleman, you guys were one of the first to get students actually back in working to get that hands-on experience. But where do you see this leading after COVID? Is this online learning, especially with Coleman, here to stay in some fashion with maybe a hybrid learning system? What do you see as heading into this unknown future?
We do have a couple of classes that were converted to completely online that had not been. We will, and I already see in the summer, our numbers in our laboratory are expanding. It will expand even further for the fall. I think that there's a few classes that will remain completely online because we've been so successful at it and we've been able to bring in and introduce such programs that they're able to do simulations from home that doesn't necessarily have to be done in the lab, but you can rest assured that our lab programs are not going away. Lab is very much so an essential part of ours, but several classes will remain online. We do have several that will remain as the hybrid as well.
I know Coleman's also a lot different than the rest of us here at HCC because you don't have the traditional semesters. Maybe you can tell us about that. If someone is interested in getting into medical program, are there programs they can enroll in now, or do they need to get on a waiting list? What's your best advice for them?
I can't speak for all of the programs, Todd, but I can tell you that our program, anytime that they're wanting to come in, we will get them in. And we do run on a 16-week schedule. We have many classes, though, that's only 8 weeks. So we are able to get them in, in the summer. If they come in the spring and they're wanting to start class in the summer, we are definitely getting them in to some summer classes and getting those going. There are waiting lists for several programs, but like I said, I can't really speak for all of them. But I know that, like I said, HCC is highly coveted. And and but there's always programs there, and there's always ways for us to get them jump started, even if it's just for their prereqs to get them in. Yeah.
Does Coleman, I imagine you guys have advisors that could speak to the students or potential students that are interested in enrolling as well?
Oh, certainly. Yeah. We have regular academic advisors that's for the whole college, ones that's specifically for our program. But Cindy Lundgren, she is the program director of our program, and she does a lot of the entry work herself. She is just excellent about getting the students in. When we hear about it, directly from them, or we hear about it from the counselors, she is wonderful about getting those students plugged right in.
So there you go, folks. If you're interested in enrolling in the medical assistant program at HCC's Coleman College, get online, check it out today. We'll have a link in the social media post for the show. And as always, hccs.edu/now is our registration website. Go there, enroll today. Diana Robertson-Shirdon, congratulations on the NISOD award. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much, Todd. Have a great day.
All right, we're going to continue on with more guests from Coleman and also one from the Southeast College as well. Patrick Nguyen, lead counselor at HCC Southeast, and Jana Vise, student life program coordinator with HCC's Coleman College for Health Sciences. Welcome to you both again. Thanks for being here to you.
Thank you for inviting us. We're excited to be here.
Maybe I'll start with you, Jana. Maybe you can tell me a bit about volunteering, because it's good for your mental health. How is that?
Yes. Luckily, I get to work with Coleman. And so we have actually done quite a few volunteer programs this year through our Student Government Association, whether it was Project Cure or going to Blodgett Gardens and doing stuff. But yes, currently I'm working with occupational therapy and helping with their clinicals. And so what's happening is their students are doing presentations. And so we have a presentation coming up regarding volunteering and your mental health. And our students work with an OTR, which is a registered occupational therapist, along with even Brandy Lerman, who is our counselor here at Coleman, to make sure that they're meeting all their guidelines and everything, and can talk about volunteer work and how it's helpful for your mental health, which I think Patrick's going to be able to talk about a little bit more.
Right. And Patrick, good. I want to bring you into the conversation. Maybe you can tell us about some of the volunteering opportunities that are available for our students. If we can get you to unmute your microphone, I don't think we can hear you yet. There we go.
Gotcha. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Yeah, there's plenty of volunteer opportunities. I think that, so I'm the counselor and Jenna's the student life coordinator. Jenna can definitely tell a little bit more about the volunteer opportunities. And just to point it back to her, we have a great website called Presence. If Jana can maybe talk a little bit more about Presence and some of the volunteer opportunities on Presence.
Yeah, Presence is basically our student life go-to website. I'm sorry, if you're hearing background noise, the golf course has decided to mow.
Oh, that's all right. No problem.
And Presence is our Eagle Leadership. It has all of our events listed. We still have over 50 events left for this semester. And we've had different things going on in the past for our volunteerism through blood drives, and we went and cleaned up the bayou, and we did the Project Cure. Coming up, most of our volunteer work is going to be with, let's say, our community health truck, which is our Houston Food Bank program, and people can sign up through the counseling website, so people can come volunteer to help give out food. Right now, we're doing a lot of programs. It is Occupational Therapy Month, so we're doing a lot of occupational therapy programs about anxiety and thing. We don't have a lot of volunteer work coming up at this time that is programmed, but if you want to learn how to help with your anxiety or do some yoga or meditation and learn about more volunteer programs, which we will talk about in our presentation. And there are so many different ways to get to volunteer here in Houston, whether it's virtually or in person.
Patrick, let me ask you this. Can volunteering assist you in your career in the future?
Yes, definitely. It gives you leadership, a little bit of leadership experience. It also gives you the ability to work with others in solving issues, solving problems. As we all know, when somebody volunteers, you're not going to have an A to Z policy, procedures, handbook on everything you need to do. So you're going to be thinking on the fly quite a bit. Volunteer also opens the door for network opportunities, just like any other opportunity when you put yourself out there. So these network opportunities can lead to other jobs down the line because there are other volunteers from other industries who are also volunteering, or it could lead to a good recommendation or anything like that to go to continue your education in graduate school.
And Patrick, I would imagine putting it on your resume would probably be a good thing too, because it might spark conversation or have somebody notice you to stand out from the crowd.
Most definitely. A lot of the opportunities that HCC offers is to really improve your resume so that you can get into whichever graduate program or any bachelor's program or any other program that you want to go into, or any professional program that you want to go into. And those are all really important things so that when you sit down during the interview process for some of these programs, you'll have some content to kind of give out to the interviewee.
Right. Jana, once again, you mentioned some couple of events. You've got a upcoming program called Positive Mental Health Through Volunteer Work. I think that's what you were referencing earlier.
Yes, that is on the 21st at 1 p.m. Of course, it's virtual through Zoom, and you can get to that through our Presence website. And we have a student in clinicals who is doing this for her clinical rotation. And so she's overseen by myself and an OTR, which is a registered occupational therapist. And so she's going to be talking about how it affects your mental health and how positive impact it can be on your life. And then she's going to talk about some various opportunities in Houston that you can do virtually and online, and really dig into that some more.
And you have events happening on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. this month as well?
You know, we have events happening around the clock. We also have 6 P's to conserve energy and to prevent fatigue going on. We have access to healthcare resources for international students going on. We've got mindful meditation, which is part of the smoke-free initiative here at HCC. We even have a diversity awareness intersectionality going on this week.
Patrick, since the shutdown started well over a year ago, I know counseling has been available online to work with students and to hear from students. Has the demand for counseling gone up during the shutdown? Were a lot of students out there needing more assistance than they normally would in a normal world?
We're seeing an increase in demand. A lot of the research out there, a lot of the literature out there has said that especially college students have had a higher issues with mental health. It could be depression, anxiety, anxiousness, things like that. We've seen an increase of personal counseling through our departments and throughout the entire college. All of our counseling services are free of charge to students, so there's no copay, there's no fee or anything like that, as long as you're you're currently a student. But yeah, we are seeing quite a few students.
And without getting too specific, are the examples because people are worried more, because maybe they've lost their job, or fear of unemployment, or just fear of the unknown? Are there any commonalities that you're seeing as crisis issues?
Yeah, so what we're seeing is anything that has kind of bothered people before is just amplified during the pandemic. If you had financial issues, if you had your parents were kind of on the on that income level, and they can be knocked off really easily. So losing one parent, losing a job or getting their hours cut is going to have a huge impact on the student's household. So we're seeing a lot of those types of issues. Students are trying to decide, should I go work now to help my parents, help my family, or should I continue my education? And it becomes a time management issue, also becomes a performance issue. It also becomes I'm working 8 hours a day. I can't study, but I want to study. So I have a lot of this anxiousness and anxiety because I know education is also important. So they're balancing a lot of these short-term needs with longer-term needs.
Boy, you brought up some very interesting things to think about. Everybody goes through a lot, and this certainly does amplify it. Hopefully, we're getting back into some type of normalcy. Patrick Nguyen, the lead counselor at HCC Southeast, and Jana Vise, Student Life Program Coordinator, HCC Coleman College for Health Sciences. Thanks for both of you being here, and have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Bye.
All right. We're going to move on to our HCC news and announcements. Raquel is joining us once again from her home studio, which really looks like a great little set you're on nowadays, Raquel.
Thank you. Maybe I can build one for you too, if you just let me know what you want. And
maybe
I can get
so.
it done.
We'll get you over here to build a set for us. Hey, so you got some things going on out there in Stafford this week.
Yes. So the Stafford High School, they're having their blood drive, but this year's blood drive is going to be a bit different. It's going to take place outside, of course, due to COVID and practice and safety guidelines. But this is something that they do every single year to get the community out. But instead of offering it to the community and the students, they are going to just offer it to the community so that way students can, still stay in class and still be learning, but more so the community can come out and get this experience. Also, the Stafford High School has received a new athletic trainer, and she is super sweet. Dr. Allen is just amazing, and she really has a true passion for the athletes and really just not only caring for them, but providing and implementing initiatives like certain resources, getting them connected with the Texas Children's Hospital and U of H and like the Rockets program to really get them involved in hands-on opportunities. So I thought that was amazing. And she's super excited to be with the district. And also Randall Williams had a chance to recap the HCC faculty musical recital. And I just love music recital. I just love that because to see your professors perform is just always a wonderful thing to see where that passion derived from, so I love that. And if you aren't doing so already, please follow us on all of our social media platforms, on Facebook at HCC Stafford TV Studio, as well as on YouTube at HCC Stafford TV Studio as well, and on Twitter at HCC SWTV Stafford. Thank you so much, Todd, for allowing me to share.
All right, Raquel, thanks for being here and bringing us up to date. Okay, fly like an eagle or an angel. HCC Student Life has selected HCC's West Chase Rotaract organization to receive the Eagle Award for Program of the Year for its Angel Tree Project 2020. Held in partnership with the A-Leaf Family YMCA After School Program, the Angel Tree received dozens of donations at Christmas, and a virtual event will be held to thank everyone who made this award possible. That's happening 6 p.m. Tuesday, April the 20th. We'll have that link after the show. And guess what, students? We are working on getting you some free laptops and hotspots.
Yes, I'm excited about this because this is like a necessity that every student really, really needs. So thanks to HCC's public service libraries and the Rotaract Club, HCC students may qualify for free, can I say it again, free laptops and hotspots. For more information, please go to library.hccs.edu/laptops and the same as library.hccs.edu/hotspots. So please, we will have those links in our post after the show for more information.
Very important subject, the Sugarland 95, the History Speakers Series will feature HCC's Dr. Helen Graham and Dr. Teresa Jacques, both discussing Imperial Sugar's horrific convict leasing system. It's a dark chapter of history, but a very important one to learn about. Happening 3 to 5 p.m. tomorrow, Tuesday, April the 20th. It is free for all. For registration, email the professors who are in our post after the show. Okay, levels of basic human needs. That's happening as well.
Yes, isn't that just the title alone is very important. HCC Central Counselor Nicole Loving will discuss American psychologist Abraham Maslow's theory that human decision-making is based on 5 core needs. So that's really, really, really interesting to see when it comes to our, just making decisions, this decision-making needs is, 5 core, and this will be happening at 11 a.m. on Wednesday on April 21st. And the event is free. So what better way to learn 5 core ways of how just our thinking is initiated, and it's free. We will have the registration for the we will have registration so that you can sign up and find out all about this.
All right, and that'll be in the social media post for the show. Students, if you're getting ready to graduate, sooner or later, if you've had student loans, you will have to pay them back. So we have ways to help you prepare for this financially, especially if you're going into the workforce. If you go into another college, you don't have to worry about it right now. But if you're going directly in the workforce, we want to make sure you're financially prepared, thinking about ways to get this paid off. You can contact our financial aid department. They will talk to you, get you prepared so that there's no surprises when you get that bill one day and you're like, what the heck is this? You'll know what it's all about. Check our district Facebook page, the Houston Community College District Facebook page after the show, and you can learn more about it. Okay, course delivery for the summer and fall registration. Summer registration, yeah, that's happening. Fall as well. You can go to one place to register, hccs.edu/now for all your registration needs. Of course, Raquel, we have a number of ways for people to take courses. We've got some online courses that are fully online, some hybrid, and then some that are face-to-face.
Yes, it's just exciting to see how the college is, starting to transition to back to face-to-face to get back to a normal per se.
Yeah, I know our students have been wanting to get back in the classrooms. We're trying to get you back in those classrooms. They're going to be small classes, so be warned, very small, not like when you left a year ago, March, and some of you may have not returned to a classroom since. Some of you have been taking labs. Well, they're very small. So if you want to get the time you want, the professor you want, make sure you register early. So do that now, hccs.edu/now. Tomorrow on the show, we've got someone from the Creative Writing Club here.
Yes, and I'm extremely excited about this because I love creating writing. So we welcome back Courtney Smith with the English faculty, who is an English faculty advisor for HCC's Creative Writing Club, which is presenting a virtual reading by several artists and poets, and will publish another magazine this spring. And if it's Tuesday, it's the Culinary Guest Day when we will offer. Yep.
It is. It's Culinary Guest Day, and we were going to have the Hungry Like the Wolf Cafe on a couple of weeks ago. The owner got sick. He got his COVID shot, so he just wasn't feeling up to par. So he's going to be on tomorrow. They're right down the street from me. I've been there before. You can't get in there now because they're always busy. They've got a good wait. So they've got things on the menu like the Culture Club, the Paul Rubens sandwich, Pretty in Pink, strawberries and cream, French toast, and then the pour some syrup on me pancakes.
Oh
Are
my
those real
gosh.
dishes? I guess they are.
I don't know, but they are sure making me hungry right now, especially the French toast. I'm just taken.
Well, you can go get some breakfast now because we're going to wrap up the show. So tomorrow, Hungry Like the Wolf, that 80s diner that everybody's been talking about, they'll be on the show tomorrow and we'll learn all about it. All right, Raquel, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me, Todd, and I hope everyone has a great week.
All right, and we'll see you tomorrow live right here, 10 a.m. on Up to the Minute.